Elon Musk wasn't born into success. He wasn't born with fame, power, or the billions he's known for today. He was born with something far greater, an almost supernatural ability to refuse defeat, a mind that never stopped asking what if, and a heart that believed the impossible was simply the not yet achieved. The early spark. Growing up in South Africa, Elon didn't fit in. He was quiet, often lost in books, and bullied so badly that he once had to be hospitalized. But while other kids played soccer or video games, Elon devoured encyclopedias like they were bedtime stories. Knowledge became his shield. Imagination became his escape. At 12 years old, he coded and sold his first video game for $500. It wasn't much, but it was a message from the universe. You can build your own future. Leaving home, leaving fear. At 17, Elon left South Africa. Not because it was easy, but because staying meant giving up on the life he dreamed of. He moved to Canada almost broke, working odd jobs, cleaning boilers, cutting vegetables, anything that paid enough to survive. But even then, he held a belief that would define his future. If something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. From Canada, he made his way to the United States, the land where big ideas either die or explode into reality. The first million and the first lesson. His first major venture, Zip2, was built on sleepless nights and borrowed computers. While others went home, Elon slept under his desk and showered at the YMCA. Eventually, the company sold for over $300 million. Most people would have stopped, bought a mansion, retired young. But Elon wasn't searching for comfort. He was searching for purpose. He moved straight into building X.com, an online banking startup that people believed would fail. Instead, it became PayPal, revolutionizing global payments. When it sold, he became a multi-millionaire. But again, he didn't slow down. He didn't even blink. He invested nearly everything into 3 ideas people laughed at. Space travel, electric cars, solar energy. Friends told him he was crazy. Investors told him he'd go bankrupt. Critics told him it was impossible. Elon just smiled. The years of fire. The early years of SpaceX and Tesla were brutal, far more brutal than the public knows. SpaceX's first rocket exploded, then the second, then the third. Each explosion wasn't just a technical failure, it was millions of dollars disappearing in seconds. Critics celebrated every blast like a prediction finally coming true. Tesla wasn't better. Production delays, money bleeding out. Journalists calling it a doomed project. Elon had one heartbreaking truth to face. He had only enough money left to save one company. But he refused to choose. Instead, he split the money, risking everything. If we fail, he said, we fail while trying. The turnaround. In 2008, when the world was collapsing into financial crisis, SpaceX successfully launched Falcon 1 on the 4th try. It wasn't just a flight, it was resurrection. Days later, NASA awarded SpaceX a life-changing contract. Tesla survived, SpaceX survived, Elon survived. But he didn't just survive, he came back with unstoppable energy. Conquering roads and skies. Tesla went from nearly bankrupt to delivering some of the most advanced electric cars ever built. The Model S stunned the world with its speed, silence, and futuristic tech. SpaceX did the unthinkable, landing reusable rockets, cutting the cost of space travel by over 90%. They didn't just fly rockets, they taught rockets to come back home. Solar City expanded clean energy. The Boring Company challenged traffic problems. Neuralink explored brain-machine interfaces. Starlink brought internet to remote corners of the world. Everything he touched wasn't just a company, it was an attempt to solve a global problem. The mind behind the mission, people often ask. What makes Elon Musk so different? Is it intelligence, hard work, vision, courage? It's all of these, but it's also something deeper. He is driven by purpose, not profit. Elon aims to make humanity multiplanetary, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. He builds electric cars not for luxury, but for the planet. He invests billions in ideas that might fail because the world needs someone willing to try. He once said, "I try to think about the future and not be sad." His success isn't in his wealth. His success is in his impact. A life of relentless motion. Elon works harder than most billionaires. He sleeps 6 hours. He burns through 80 to 100-hour weeks. He holds meetings in factories and sleeps on production floors when necessary. He doesn't chase comfort. He chases progress. And despite criticism, controversy, and endless pressure, he moves forward, quietly, relentlessly, like a rocket determined to reach orbit.